Hello, Lions, and welcome to Fortuitous Friday, January 19th. I'm Mr. Garcia, your assistant principal, and there is no other place that I would rather be than right here in my sandbox, right here at Lind Elementary School with this great staff and all of you great students. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. So why Fortuitous Friday? Well, fortuitous, one of the meanings of the word fortuitous is lucky, right? So this is your lucky Friday. So make it a great day. Give your very best effort. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the podcast. But just remember, Fortuitous Friday means it's Lucky Friday. Okay, thank you very much, teachers, for getting your lunch count and attendance in. We always really appreciate that. Kindness Week is starting next week, and we got an early start today when Mrs. Adamson, actually yesterday, when Mrs. Adamson bought a birthday cake for two of the other first grade teachers who have birthdays coming up. So that was just fantastic. What a kind thing to do, Mrs. Addison. And no, I was not the one who cut that first slice. Don't know who that was. That person is at large. And so that's a very regrettable thing, but it's a very wonderful thing that you did. A very kind thing. Thank you for giving us a jump start on Kindness Week, Mrs. Adamson. Girls on the Run is coming very soon. We talked about that yesterday, so keep your ears open for that. Gardening Club begins next Monday, January 22nd, so keep your eyes open for that. 22 popsicles for Mrs. Coughlin's class. Well, Mrs. Coughlin, what am I talking about there? 22 popsicles for perfect attendance. So I met Amaray and Kitsali on their way to get popsicles because guess what? Mrs. Coughlin's class was one of several classes who have recently completed their little attendance chart here. And when you complete this, your class gets a popsicle treat. So 22 popsicles for class. So make sure you're coming here, Lions. Make sure your attendance is here every day, because if you're absent, then your class doesn't get to fill that in for that day. So make sure you are here every day. Okay, Lions? Cafeteria news real quickly. Students, make sure you get your snack basket back to the cafeteria because they need to have those in the morning. So you need to return it the day that you get it. Take your snacks out, get all your snacks going. Then make sure you take that snack basket back to them because they fill them up in the morning and they put them all out on the tables for you just so that when you go over, students, there you go, you just grab it and go back. If you go with the basket and say, okay, we're here, can you fill this up now? Well, then they're in the middle, they're usually doing something. Well, everybody's usually doing something, and they are no exception. They are doing stuff too. And then they have to take time away so they can go and fill the basket. And then, so it's just a much smoother process. So we have to keep the wheels of progress moving smoothly, okay? So it's a much smoother process. If you get that back to them the day before or the day that you get the basket, get your snacks out, take it back, okay? Counting on you, Lions, to do that. Don't just walk out and say, I'm taking the basket back. Make sure your teacher understands or make sure your teacher gives you permission so that you can go and take that back. Okay, Lions? Counting on you for this. Okay, roar cards. Let's jump into roar cards. Okay, first one is for Raymond Burt in Mrs. Cisneros' class. Now, Raymond got this actually from Mrs. Hughes, who gave Raymond a heart. Heart Mrs. Hughes on that. So Raymond showed kindness and empathy when he saw that a peer was upset during lunch. Great job, Raymond. Very proud of you for that. This is for Ro from Miss Michaela. Ro cleaned the entire class's paintbrushes and was a huge help. Thank you. Heart, Miss Michaela. Taka in Mrs. Adamson's class. I love the way Taka gives his classmates a fist bump to celebrate their successes. He is so kind and genuinely happy for them. Taka, that is going to take you a long way. You just be kind to others and you show gratitude for their success. Awesome, Taka. Very, very proud of you. Rosalie in Mrs. Papo's class. Rosalie always follows class rules and is quick to finish her work and see what's next. Keep it up for Mrs. Papo. Julia from Mrs. Papo, a great example to other students with her positive attitude and focus. Keep it up. Heart, Mrs. Papo, great job. Harnoor has been trying her best in class and always willing to help others. Heart, Mrs. Papo, great job, Harnoor. Marley is always asking for help when she needs it and following class rules number 1 and 5. Great job, Marley. Itza in Mrs. Papo's class. Itza, thank you for giving your best effort in class. Keep it up. Heart, Mrs. Papo. Karma in Mrs. Papo's class. Karma and another student clean the class and fix the desks on their own. Great job. Mia. Now, I think it's Mia. If it's not Mia, then tell me what your name, how to pronounce your name. Mia and another student helped clean the class and fix their own desks. fixed desks on their own. Great job, Mia. We are going to now jump into the drawing.
Hey guys, it's time for our Linda Roar ticket drawing. Let's see who's going to be the winner today. Charlie in Messick's class. Come to the office.
Great job,
for our
Charlie.
lower grade. Now for our upper grades. Let's see who our winner is. Janelle Hicks in Mrs. Lee's class.
Great job,
Good
Janelle.
job, Janelle.
Awesome.
Come
Woo.
to the office for your prize. Woo!
Great job, guys. Okay, Lions, let's get to wrapping this up now. Star students only. Table games, see Mrs. Edwards in room P7. Board games for 6th graders only, see Mr. Yang in room P11. Linda Elementary Reads, we're going to be talking about Linda Elementary Reads. So we have read 26,000 plus books this year, 45 million plus words, an average of 30 minutes a day. Lions, you're still doing great. Keep up the great, fantastic work. We really appreciate that. And let's look at birthdays for today. So birthdays on the 19th. Let's see. We have Virginia Crowder. Little Jenny Crowder is an 8-year-old. Jenny, happy birthday. 8-year-old 2nd grader in Mrs. Carlson's class. Happy birthday to you. The 20th, which is tomorrow, we have Anaya Kirkland, Kirkland fame, 8-year-old 2nd grader in Mrs. Carlson's class. And we have Jimena Raya Lopez, a 7-year-old 1st grader in Mrs. Adamson's class. Happy birthday to Jimena. We also have Jency Sanchez Navarijo, a 9-year-old 3rd grader in Mrs. Ortiz's class. And we have Camila Angelina Vega Regosa, a 6-year-old kindergartner in Mrs. Perez's class, kindergarten. And then the next birthday is actually the 21st. The 21st is Sunday. That would be Jacoby Malone's birthday. Jacoby is 12 years old, 6th grader in Mr. Malley's class. Happy birthday, Jacoby. And now for a couple of staff birthdays. Let's see. So tomorrow, the 19th, is for Mrs. Sweeten. Happy birthday, Mrs. Sweeten, on the 19th. And then we also have birthdays on the 22nd. That's actually next Monday. I'll go ahead and say them now because I talked about that birthday cake that Mrs. Adamson bought for 2 1st grade teachers. One is Mrs. Sweeten. The other one is Mr. Nieves. Mr. Michael Nieves is his birthday on the 22nd. One other birthday on the 22nd is Mia L. in the cafe. It is also Mia's birthday. And so there we go. And there are your staff birthdays. Let's see. Lunch menu. What's on the lunch menu for today, the 19th? Barbecue beef rib sandwich. Not any barbecue beef from the rib. The rib is very nice meat, so it's going to be a great barbecue beef sandwich today. Okay, PBIS today. Let's see. We're talking about being safe. Again, I'm going to reiterate this again. All adults on campus, Lions, are people who are giving you instructions from time to time. It could be one of your teachers. It could be not your teacher. It could be a yard duty. It could be in the library. It could be in the office. All adults on this campus who teach on this campus or who work on this campus will give you instructions, and you need to follow their instructions because everybody is interested in your safety and everybody else's safety. So that is a must do. Very good, Lions. Okay, now a joke. Okay, so let me turn this off for a second. Okay, so I did have a joke about procrastination, but let me just tell that to you later. For right now, why did the ninja go to the doctor? He had kung flu. Okay, so let's all stand for the flag salute now. Everybody stand, hats off, hoods off. Includes me. Hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and remember, be here in school every day. We talked about this earlier. Be here in school because when you miss school, you miss out. Right, I heard it from here. So don't miss school. Be here every day. Come and get breakfast or get second chance breakfast. Have something to eat, get fed, get ready, and give your best 100% effort, 100% cooperation in your class, in the lunchroom, on the playground. Do your best, Lions. That's what you can do, okay? And remember, the world is a different place. The world is a better place because you're in it. So have a great day, Lions, and we'll see you around.